The film begins with a man named Sam who is traveling on a train. His life is not going well at all. He faces difficulties at every turn. It is revealed that he is going to a deserted, desert-like town where he has to start a new job. Sam is sitting alone on the train eating his food, and there is a woman sitting in front of him. She has a child with her as well. Seeing her situation, Sam gives her his food. Now, when he gets off at the station, the whole place is deserted. Although the company had said that a man named Rick would be there to pick him up. Sam looks around. Then he sees a man in the room. Sam tries to talk to him, but the man ignores him. Sam asks him where the bathroom is, and the man just points it out with a gesture. Sam gets angry at him, but stays quiet and goes to the washroom. After finishing up, Sam hears a man's voice from outside. "Hurry up, man! Here, even the water costs money." Actually, this is Rick, the one who is supposed to take Sam to the company. Sam says, "I'm done, man. I'm just coming out." Now both of them get into the car and head towards the company. On the way, Rick says, "You'll have to pay $300 for the travel." Sam, surprised, says, "But the company said it would be $200. Rick angrily replies, "If you can pay $300, fine. If not, get out." Sam thinks if there's any other way, but when he can't find one, he agrees. After a while, it gets extremely hot. Sam tries to turn on the AC. Rick immediately snaps, "Don't touch that. Otherwise, the engine will break down." Suddenly, the car gets a flat tire. Rick doesn't do anything himself and tells Sam, "Come on, change the tire." Helplessly, Sam starts changing the tire. During this, he sees one dog attacking another dog. Seeing this, Sam gets very scared. Rick comes over and says, "Oh man, why are you shaking? This kind of thing happens all the time." Then he kills the injured dog himself so it doesn't suffer anymore. Sam, with great difficulty, he changes the tire. Then both of them get back into the car. At night, they stop the car to refuel and decide to spend the night there. Both of them gather wood and light a fire. Rick asks, "Why are you going so far to the company?" Sam says, "Man, life has been really tough lately. I want to be independent and not rely on anyone, and I'm sure I'll get a good job at the company." Rick says, "You're a good person, but where you're going, everyone just sucks you dry. An honest person can't survive there." Sam says, "Let's see what happens." The next day, the journey resumes. Now Sam is driving, and Rick falls asleep. Because it's so hot, Sam quietly turns on the AC. After a while, the engine breaks down. Rick wakes up and gets angry at Sam. "Hey man, I told you not to mess with the AC." He angrily gets out of the car. Sam also gets out and apologizes to Rick. Rick gets even angrier. He says, "Shut up, I don't want to hear your voice." After this, he goes to pee. A little further away, he sees a shining stone and goes closer to it. When he looks closely, he realizes that it's pure gold. He immediately calls Rick over. "Check here, am I dreaming or what?" As soon as he sees it, he's shocked. He takes out his lighter. He lights a fire and places it on the rock, saying, "If it turns black, it's just an ordinary stone. Otherwise, it's pure gold, just like a rock." It stays exactly the same, which means the gold is confirmed. Now both of them take out their equipment and start digging a hole, so that they can extract the gold. They use all their strength, but the rock doesn't even budge. Rick tries to tie the gold to the car with the help of a rope, so that they can pull it out. But the rope breaks because the gold is too heavy. After that, both of them keep at it. They spend the whole day digging. Now the sun starts to set. Rick says, "Quick, gather some wood. Because wild dogs are roaming around, they'll bite us at night. If we light a fire, they'll run away in fear." Both of them gather wood, light a fire, and start singing, playing music, and dancing in joy. Rick hugs Sam and says, "I'll get you a fully air-conditioned car." At night, they sit and make plans. Rick says, "This gold rock is huge. Even if we keep digging for months, we still won't be able to get it out. That's why now one person will stay here by the rock, and the other will go to bring the digging machine." Sam says, "Bro, you go and get it. I'll watch over the rock." Rick says, "No, bro, you go. I'll sit by the rock. This is a desert. There are wild animals everywhere, so he won't be able to handle it." Sam says, "No worries, don't stress about me. I'll survive. Besides, you're a thief. Who knows, you might run away with the gold. How can I trust you?" Rick says, "All right, bro, I'm going. Take care of the gold." The next day, they distribute the rations. Rick gives Sam a satellite phone so they can stay in contact with each other. Rick says, "One of my friends has a digging machine. I'll bring it here. Just pray the car doesn't break down on the way. It might take me 5 days to come back." And then he leaves. Sam stays with the gold. He covers it with dirt so that if anyone passes by, they won't be able to see the gold. He also sets up a small tent near the rock and puts all his belongings inside it. Before sunset, he gathers firewood so he can make a fire at night. At night, he lights a fire and sits by it. He eats a little from his food and saves the rest. Suddenly, he hears the sounds of wild dogs and realizes that being alone makes him an easy target. He gets scared and goes to sleep holding a knife in his hand. The next morning, he wakes up to the bright sunlight. It's very hot and he's exhausted. He hasn't had enough sleep and the scorching sun is burning his skin. Suddenly, he hears the ring of the satellite phone. Sam runs to the phone, but the call has already disconnected. He sits in the tent, looking at the gold, and thinks that by selling it, the first thing I'll do is buy a big house. Then Sam wanders around the nearby area. A short distance away, he spots a crashed plane. He immediately goes to the crashed plane and decides to stay there. But from there, the gold rock is out of his sight, so he picks up some pieces of the plane and sets up a tent near the rock. Sam rests for a while so he can save water and recover from fatigue. The fatigue lessens. Suddenly, he hears some noises from outside, as if someone is stealing the gold rock. He goes outside, but nothing happens. The rock remains just as it was. He sits down near the rock, and just then, an idea strikes him. Why not cut off a piece of gold from the rock? Sam. He picks up a stone and starts breaking the gold, and he manages to break off a big chunk of gold. He cleans off the dirt from it and keeps it with him. Meanwhile, Rick calls. Sam says, "Hey man, where are you? The sun has made things really tough for me." Rick says, "Man, the engine broke down. I'll be a little late." Sam says, "Hurry up or I'll die of thirst." Rick says, "It'll take me a few more days to get there," and hangs up the phone. At night, Sam is sitting in front of the fire when dogs start howling all around him. Sam is afraid that all the dogs might attack him at once. He grabs a burning stick in his hand so that the dogs will run away. He stays awake all night out of fear of the dogs. Morning comes and he wants to sleep, but the sun has burned his skin. He can't sleep because of the pain. He goes to drink water, but there's very little left. Just then, he sees a snake coming towards him. He tries to kill it, so that he can eat it, because his food is almost finished too. But while trying to kill it in the evening, his water bottle falls and only a little water is left. Then he goes back to the plain area, hoping he might find something to eat or drink. Just then, he sees a person coming from a distance. He immediately goes inside and hides in the plane. But that person comes near the plane and tells Sam to come out. As the person comes closer, it turns out to be a girl who wants to talk to him, but Sam is not willing to talk to her. The girl asks, "What are you doing sitting here? And why did you choose this place?" Sam doesn't say anything, he just stays quiet. After a while, Sam tells the girl that she can stay in the plane, and then he leaves from there. The girl says, "You're hiding something from me." She starts following Sam and ends up reaching the camp with him. She keeps asking Sam again and again, "How did you get here?" Now Sam gets nervous. He thinks before she sees the gold, "I need to somehow get her out of here." Sam says to the girl, "Why are you following me? There's no need for you here. You should leave." The girl says, "I won't leave until then. Not until I find out why you're trying to get rid of me. You're definitely hiding some secret from me." At that moment, her eyes fall on the gold. She says, "Oh, so that's what it is. You want to claim all the gold for yourself. You're planning to take all this treasure alone. Now listen to me. I won't leave this place until I get half of it." Sam gets angry, picks up a stick, and hits her directly on the head. The girl dies on the spot. Sam is shocked. He can't believe that, driven by greed, he has killed someone. Then he pulls himself together, gathers all her valuables, digs a hole, and buries her body. After a while, he sees a dog trying to dig the body out of the hole. Sam comes running, chases the dog away, takes the body out and burns it by setting it on fire. The next day, he wakes up to the sound of his phone ringing. Sam says to Rick, "Hey bro, where are you? I'm starving to death here. If you don't come soon, I'll die of hunger and thirst." Rick says, "Sorry man, I know you're in a lot of trouble. I'm coming as fast as I can. It's just that this digging machine is really slow. It'll take a little more time." Sam gets worried. He's in bad shape from hunger and thirst, and on top of that, he's afraid that some wild animal might attack him. After a while, he sees a car passing by on the road. He thinks, why not just take a piece of gold and get out of here? But his greed for more gold stopped him. He could have left with just one piece of gold, which would have changed his life. But his desire for more made him stay there. Before evening, Sam gathers wood for the night, but suddenly, a fierce sandstorm hits. He runs toward the tent, but the storm blows his tent away. Sam runs here and there to save his life, but just then, a tree falls on him. After the storm stops, Sam finds himself buried in the dirt, with a piece of wood piercing through his stomach. But Sam's greed for gold had grown so much that instead of removing the wood from his stomach, he heads straight to the spot where the gold is. He searches for gold all around, and finally, he finds a piece. Sam jumps with joy. Then he pulls the wood out of his stomach, and blood starts pouring from the wound. He takes a piece of cloth and ties it around the wound, but the bleeding doesn't stop. Out of desperation, he lights a fire, heats up a piece of a can, and presses it to the wound. The pain is so intense for Sam that he passes out. After a while, he regains consciousness. He starts seeing the same girl everywhere, the one he had killed. Now his mind starts spinning. He can't figure out if this is real or not, and just then, his phone rings. Rick calls, and Sam yells, "Man, I keep seeing that girl everywhere." Rick says, "What girl? Look, no one should find out about the gold. And if anyone does find out, then kill them." But Sam is in such bad shape that forget killing someone, he can't even stand on his own feet. He's crawling on the ground. He doesn't even have the strength to respond. Suddenly, that same girl appears in front of him, but this time, there are no wounds on her face. She gives Sam some water and offers to help him. But Sam had become so blinded by greed for gold that he even refuses to accept help. Sam, trembling with fear, says, "I killed you." She says, "Stay away," and then asks, "Just tell me this, has my twin sister passed through here?" At that moment, Sam realizes that this isn't just his imagination, this is actually the sister of the girl he killed. Sam says, "No, I haven't seen anything, just please leave from here." After which, the girl walks away. A little while later, wild dogs start approaching him and surround him from all sides. He immediately calls Rick. He asks Rick where he is and tells him to come quickly, otherwise these dogs will kill him. He starts crying. He begs Rick, saying, "Please come quickly, I'm about to die." Rick says, "Hold on, I'm almost there." Just then, the dogs suddenly attack him and all 11 of them start tearing him apart. Here we see that Rick is sitting far away from Sam, watching everything through binoculars. In fact, he had arrived there with the machine several days earlier, and that's it. He was waiting for Sam to die so that he could take all the gold for himself. After that, Rick hides and stands by. He sees that wild dogs are dragging Sam away. Even then, Sam keeps looking at the gold, after which the wild dogs tear him apart and eat him. When Rick is absolutely sure that Sam is dead, he comes with the car to take the gold, but suddenly an arrow comes and hits him straight in the chest, and he also dies. The one who shot the arrow is none other than the twin sister of that girl.